Hello everyone, I'm Zora.
And I'm Warren.
And welcome home.
Today we're going to be talking about real estate auctions.
Alright, what are real estate auctions?
Well, a real estate auction is what you would think. It's an auction for real estate. So there's a lot of things about these though that people need to understand before you want to take part in one.
So there are many benefits of purchasing at an auction, and there's also cons. So a lot of pros and cons of purchasing at an auction.
You could possibly get a property at a discount, but here's the thing. You're going to be going up against a lot of experienced investors. Those are the kind of people you usually get as a pool of buyers at these auctions. And also, oftentimes you're not going to be able to see the property, so you don't actually know if you're getting. One misstep could cost you thousands. There's different kinds of auctions. You got foreclosure auctions. If a lender forecloses on a home, then they usually have a trustee for the lending organization that will actually auction off the home. There's tax auctions. Tax auctions, when someone is delinquent on paying their taxes on their property, they'll end up doing a sheriff sale, sell it on courthouse steps, or they'll have it taken care of by another governmental agency, whatever or whoever ends up dictating that in your area. And then there's also just other auctions for other minor things. We won't start going into too much detail, but you can usually find these organizations on the internet. You might have somewhere local. Just kind of ask around and see what you can find. A real estate agent in your area can probably help you find any of these details you need for your area, because a lot of this is going to be area specific.
Auctions, you can find them both online and at physical locations, especially right now because of all the craziness going on. You're gonna find them online. So you can find them by
contacting your local government agencies,
looking at online auction sites,
or contacting a local real estate agent who can find them on the MLS, or might just know about different auction houses in your area.
Every area and organization is different. They all operate on their own rules. So again, ask your local agent, local realtor for assistance when you are looking to purchase an auction home.
And with that said, before bidding at an auction, you need to understand what the rules are for that auction. Before bidding at a real estate auction, you need to understand the risk that you're going to be acquiring. A bad purchase could haunt you for years.
Just a couple side notes. There are two different types of auctions that you may run across. There's a lender confirmation auction and an absolute auction.
If the lender doesn't want to take your bid, doesn't matter if you're the highest bidder at all, they can say, nope, we are not selling it to you. It doesn't cover our costs. They'll try and auction it again at a later point, whatever their decision ends up being. And then there's an absolute auction, not lender confirmation, absolute, where if you're the highest bidder, that's it. They have no say, you won the property. If
you're getting an auction home, it means that the person who originally owned the home could not afford the mortgage. So if they cannot afford the mortgage, then they most likely could not afford repairs, any maintenance that needed to be done on the home. So you're walking into something that is probably going to be not the prettiest situation. So yes, just remember that auction homes are being sold as is.
Yep. And another thing that you got to think about too is oftentimes these homes are vacant. You could have squatters, things like that.
Right.
You might have to get the property, find out you're going through an eviction process to try and get these people out of the property that you just acquired. And some people, when they find out losing their home is inevitable, they freak out. So they might have just torn the place down on purpose before they left. You never know.
So just expect a lot of work that you'll probably have to do.
Exactly. Yep, dealing with local professionals like us and local contractors, things like that can save you a lot of heartbreak. If you're going to go bid, often you're required to have money up front to even be able to bid. So you're going to have to ask how much it is for whatever auction house you're dealing with. These are very specific to each different area and each different type of auction. And you're going to want to bring a cashier's check or something as such. Generally about 10% of properties you're going to bid on, and also sometimes just to even have the opportunity to bid without bidding on a property, they're going to hold some money from you.
Prior to going to the auction, you'll want to look into any clouds on title. So you want to check for any liens against the property. You can check for, make sure there's no occupants, it's not occupied, any claimants or anything that's been made against the property. You want to make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. And this is all public information, but if you want to make it simple for yourself, just contact an agent.
I would recommend you do contact somebody that is a professional because this could be even something like somebody gets divorced. You're not going to see that paperwork on that property. That's going to be personal paperwork for the people that owned it. That's completely off the side. If they got divorced, that person, if it, can come and try and claim title on that property if there was a joint ownership and one of the other parties decided to try and sell. There's all kinds of stuff that come back and get you. Deal with a professional. Another thing, last thing that we're going to speak on for you to look at is redemption periods. Look that up for your state and your area. Basically what a redemption period is let's say I was foreclosed on, my property was taken, I can come in within a certain period of time and I can pay off the amount that I owed, and I can pay whatever you paid to purchase the property. The rules might be different in different areas, but let's say you bought it however much at the auction. I'm taking care of that, taking care of what I owe, I'm taking my house back. And if that happens and someone actually does redeem their property, there is nothing you can do about that.
So if you have any further questions, because we know this was a lot of information, feel free to contact us, your local realtors. I'm Zora.
And I'm Warren, and now you know.